All right. Today is I don't even know. I think it's the 20th, April 20th. Just coming back from stores. To drop my brother off. Cause yeah, and I don't know, man. I think I've just been like, I just dreamed so, like, not so hard. I don't think that's the right word. I've said it a few times now, but I think that I just have main character syndrome. You know, I keep on thinking that I'm special and that, like, oh, everyone's special, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, everyone's special to themselves, which is true. But I always thought that, like, shit was gonna be different for me, you know? I thought stuff was gonna be, like, I thought I was gonna defy the statistic or be better than the norm or just, you know, be different. I thought that on a grander scale than what, like, everyone is different, right? Like, no one's the same. But I thought that I was gonna be different on, like, a broader scale. I thought I was gonna have a different story. And obviously, like, I'm 17 years old talking about, like, my story is not the same and blah, blah. Obviously, my story can be whatever it is. Like, I have a pretty blank slate right now. Except, the only thing is that it feels like I'm kind of... It feels like the story is already kind of planned out. When writers, especially, like, novelists... There's two main camps of writers that write, like, fantasy books, things like that, or just fiction in general. There's the gardener and the architect. The architect has the book already planned out and is loosely going, you know, following a plan when they're writing. And then the gardener is just growing a garden, and their book is their garden, and they don't necessarily have a plan for how the garden's going to look. You know, they'll pluck a flower here, plant some bushes there, and so on. And it feels like my life is, it feels like it's being written by an architect right now, and I can vaguely see the plan, even though, sure, like, the meat of my life, you know, the kind of important, maybe not the important bits, just like the day-to-day is all going to be different, and I can choose to write it however I want, but it feels like I'm following a plan, and I don't really like the plan. I don't really like the design of my life. And I wish I was kind of more like a garden where it was just a complete blank slate and I could just choose, you know, from where I stand what to do. I didn't have to follow some grand script or plan. And I mean, again, I'm very privileged in the fact that I have a plan and that my plan's pretty good. Like, it's not like the plan that I'm following along is going to have me being a bum at like 30, you know, living in my mom's basement. But I don't necessarily like the plan, so I'm just kind of grappling with that idea of, man, it's my life, but it doesn't really feel like my life, because it feels like I have to go to college, I have to go and major in something STEM to do something in the STEM field. And I mean, I'm kind of breaking away from that a little bit. I, you know, kind of want to be like a lawyer now, which is, it's a very big kinda, and it's not a strong, like, oh my god, yes, I need to be a fucking lawyer kind of passion at all. I'm very much on the, I guess this is the path that I'm leading on. Like, right now, if you asked me what my life was going to be like in 10 years, I'd say I'd be graduated from law school and I'd be practicing law. That's what I would say is, where I'd be at in 10 years. And nothing wrong with that. I'll probably be making decent money, you know, have a skill degree, be smart and all that. But it's just not my passion. It's not what I want to do. It's not, like, I don't live for that. Like, every breath I take is not going to be bolstered by the fact that I'm a lawyer. Like, it's not like if I'm not a lawyer, I'm going to, like, kill myself. You know, like, that seems kind of dramatic, but maybe I'm just under the false pretense that, you know, I'm supposed to have a passion and that's supposed to, like, give me fuel and, like, be the reason why I live. Because that's what I always think about passion and obsession. they're a fine line, and honestly, I think that if you're not obsessed about your passion, is it real passion? I don't think so. But I think I'm so young. I'm 17 years old. I haven't experienced a lot, and the way I gain perspective, and I think this is true. Maybe people my age aren't very conscious of it or cognizant of the fact that this is how it works. But at least in my opinion, I think that the reason we have this or the way that I gain perspective and the way that I understand how certain emotions work and how life is supposed to look like, because obviously I'm 17, I don't know what real life is like as an adult or real life is like as a college student, because I'm not in college, I'm a high schooler. And this is true back when I was in middle school, looking into what was high school going to be like. I turned to media and movies and just basically anything you can consume vicariously. And when you watch them a high school movie as a middle schooler, you're like, what the fuck? Oh my god, high school's gonna be so lit. I'm gonna be going to all sorts of parties and getting drunk and doing hard substances, and I'm gonna be totally hooking up with the hottest babes. What the heck? Maybe some people's high school experiences are like that, maybe, but my high school experience has been nothing like that. I'm the valedictorian of my high school, and I did nothing like that. I just studied the whole fucking time and cared about my grades. It was so buns. And I forgot my point. I don't even know what I'm saying now. But I'm just saying I look to the future, and I'm just basically just wait. Oh fuck! Right now I had such a good point too. It'll come back. I just got gapped by a minivan on the highway, bro. I'm not even driving. But I don't know. I think that the way I gain perspective is through films, and here we go. There it is. And the way that I understand passion and obsession, not having experienced it yet, is mainly through my favorite movie ever, Whiplash. It's my favorite movie because it personifies the emotion that the feeling that I wish I had. I wish I had super strong passion for something. And I have a passion, but it doesn't really align with the plan that I have, right? That I'm following. And I'll get into that in a second. But in the movie Whiplash, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But it just follows the life of an aspiring drummer who is obsessed with drumming. His pure obsession and pure passion is just drumming. He wants to be a fucking amazing jazz drummer. And it basically just shows his descension into obsession and him sacrificing everything in his life to be this amazing drummer. His connections, everything. His relationships, his health, his mental health, he's given up everything to just be a really fucking good drummer. And that's how I see a passion and obsession. That's how that's what I think it is. That's what I imagine it feels like. Is that one day I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be something, maybe being a pianist, right? I'm gonna be fuck, I just need to be a pianist, and I'm just literally all I do is play the piano, and I get really fucking good at playing the piano. That's what I think passion is basically just off this movie, because I haven't experienced that much. That's how I get my conclusions about life, at least to a certain extent, and how I understand certain emotions and certain and it says it's the expectation of what it's going to be like. That's just how I've grown up. Watching college movies. I have expectations for college. It's probably not going to be like that at all. But I digress. I don't really know. I think I'm just waiting for this passion and obsession to come into my life, when, to be frank, I don't have it. And I don't know. Especially I don't have it for a school subject or anything in the academics. I like certain subjects more than others. I like English. English is cool. Math is not bad. Math is cool. Science is cool. It's interesting to look at new technologies and stuff. History is interesting to look at. But I don't have a dying passion. I don't go to bed thinking about fucking U.S. history. You know, that's not what I'm doing. I'm more like just, oh, that's interesting when I'm looking at it. It's cool. I like art, but it's not like my entire life, you know? The only thing is that the only like passion I have is making like content. Like, I really like entertaining people. I guess, yeah, besides from like not just content, I like entertaining people. I wrote once in an essay that it was like a personal like thing I just wrote for myself, where I was just writing about stuff, and I wrote down that I thought making people laugh is the best feeling ever, because when people laugh, they're vulnerable, and when you can make them vulnerable, that means that you're close with them. That's basically something like that. That was like my line of reasoning. I think it's true. I think that making people laugh and making people feel good is an amazing feeling, and it's something that I really like to do, and I want to do it on a larger scale, which is why I like making videos and trying to, entertain. And that doesn't really line up with the whole grand plan for my future, like being a lawyer. I don't know how many juries are going to be happy that I'm like cracking jokes while I'm like defending some dude for a double homicide or something. Like, that's probably not going to go that well with a jury. Let's be frank. Or let's be honest. It's like, I don't think that it just doesn't line up that well. There's nothing I can really do about that. And I think I'm just too afraid to take those steps, and take those risks, because the plan is not bad. Like, being a lawyer wouldn't be that bad. I could probably do it. It's not impossible for me to do it, but it's just not what I really want to do. And like, I feel like I'm gonna get burnt out, because I'm feeling pretty burnt out in high school, and it's only been 4 years of like pretty easy content that I've been learning. It's just because I don't really care that much about it, and that's why, like, I'm getting burnt out a little bit. So who knows, man? Spend the next 4 years studying whatever, when I'm not super passionate about it, I might be super burnt out, and then I gotta go 3 years. Then I have to go to 3 years of law school when I'm not super big on law. Like, law is interesting, it's kind of cool. It's an interesting concept that, like, we all agree to abide by these rules, willingly or not. I mean, you're kind of just born into it, and you don't really get to like sign a contract saying, "Hey, I'm going to abide by the laws." It's like it's the social contract between government and society, blah blah blah. But it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. But am I gonna want to study it for 3 fucking years in law school? Well, I don't know. And right now it's spring break, the last day of spring break. I got school tomorrow morning. I have like a project I have to do tonight, because I didn't do anything spring break except for stream. Like, I streamed like 6 to 10 out, like 6 to 8 hours every single day this week, and I don't feel that burnt out. Like, I feel like I'm like ready to hop on stream right now and try and do some stuff. It's like the closest, like the feeling I get when I think about streaming and content creation and like making videos. It's the closest that I feel, right? It's like the closest I've ever felt to feeling like I'm in Whiplash and I'm freaking Andrew Neiman, and and I'm like drumming to like fucking, I don't know, to live my life or whatever. So, is that passion? Do I have a passion for it? Maybe, maybe not. Am I obsessed? Maybe, maybe not. I don't fucking know. That's the problem. I don't know, man. I just don't know. That's the story of my life. I don't know. Ugh. I just keep on going around in circles. And obviously, like, with anything, you just gotta do stuff. You just gotta take a step forward and just do it. And try and just, like, I don't know. I don't like those people that say, like, oh, trust the process, man. Trust the process. Because, I trusted the process a lot. Especially in high school. I trusted that grades and stuff and having high marks and being smart was going to get me places. And to be honest, it hasn't really gotten me that many places. It's gotten me into UConn. And it's gotten me to be valedictorian. That's a good thing, I guess. But it's not, like, insane. It's not. And it's not opening up that many doors for me. So, I don't know. necessarily believe in that. I think you do have to just be a little bit lucky and a little bit special. And I just don't know if I'm lucky and I'm special enough for at least the path that I want to do, content creation. Because that's kind of like where I'm looking, is that I'm just going to try really hard over the summer before college. I'm going to keep on making content during college. And I just got to hope something sticks. And something good happens. Where, who knows, man, maybe I can just quit college and go fuck off, and go like make content and be happy. Or just, I'll probably quit content when I get my first job and in law. Or even during law school, it'll be hard to stream and be funny. And it feels like the time's ticking. Like by the time I'm done with law school, I'll be like 24. And then I got like, right, once you're 30, man, chances are over. Like, that's it. I have a short window of time here where I got to optimize my chances. And one of my favorite quotes, it goes something like, "Luck favors those who are prepared." I think that's it. And basically, to me, what that means is that if every day you show up, you're never... Oh, punch Bucky White. Ow. If every single day you show up and you're prepared and you're ready, you're never going to miss your opportunity, and you're never going to miss out on any piece of luck you get. Like, if you're always there, you're always ready, no matter what, if something lucky happens, some sort of opportunity pops up, you're there. But if you miss a day, you might have just missed your lucky opportunity. You might have just missed your stroke of good luck. So that's why, like, I just got to be streaming more, just got to be posting more content. Like, just got to at least give myself the best chance I have, Yeah, so anyways, I mean, just maybe I try to be a little bit more optimistic about the future, but yeah, I'm just gonna try my best, make sure to not miss my lucky opportunity, and yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. Just hopefully I don't miss my chance. Try and be prepared. Yeah, peace out.